Okay, to start the smoker, it's best done in a place which is not too windy, and today is a bit of a windy day, so it probably will go out a few times. A matter of getting a bit of paper burning, a little bit of old Hessian burlap into it, and then I roll up a piece of potato sack and just try to get it started. It's important not to rush it too much, or it will go out for sure. So we want to get that Hessian bag going properly. We can also use leaves, pine needles. I actually like the leaves from casuarinas. It smells a bit nicer than these potato bags. So once it's going, we can close the lid and keep the smoke puffing away, because this is our sort of approach to then deal with the bees. It's important to have the smoker going well all the time. But this should be okay. We can open this box to change the AJ beetle traps, and just we'll let the bees know as they're coming. I can also see as this lead needs to be replaced. It's always good to check for things like that. I give them a bit of smoke at the front, and then 30 seconds or so for them to put their heads into the honey, and it's no use to give them smoke and then ignore their needs. And here we got a cockroach, and this is the inner lid. Usually the beetles will be under the inner lid, and I want to kill as many as possible. But here there's not much activity at all, just a few bees, but this is obviously not a very active hive, and I would say it's maybe one which has swarmed during the week. And we can see the traps here. The beetle traps are still clean. They haven't caught too many, and I haven't seen actually any beetles at all. So this is a good sign. I don't want to disturb them any more than necessary, so we'll just shut it up again and let them be. We'll move to the next one. We'll open this hive here again. It just swarmed 10 minutes ago. This one here has straps on it, or they can be moved easy, but also in strong winds it will not blow off. So I'll just take them off as well, and we'll lift it gently on the corner. This is the lid, and we have now the inner lid, and it smells nice, the sound's good. I often go by the sound and by the smell from the bees. If they're cranky, it's sort of an acid smell they give off, and of course if they're cranky they'll also be noisy. Now I just lift it off quickly and see if there's any beetles, but there's no beetle. There's one beetle here and another one here. Two dead beetles. Only good beetle is a dead one. And we of course just lost the honey out of here because the bees have swarmed. There's still plenty of them in here. I'll take the trap, the old trap out. I'll make sure there's not too many bees on it. And here too. Haven't used any smoke yet because they don't seem to need it at this point. Put it away. I'll get 2 fresh traps, but before that I'll give them a little bit of smoke and just look if there's any honey left in here. We had a good honey flow. So I'll loosen the frame and then use the hive tool to lift it and reach across and lift it up. Yeah, the honey is all gone, just about. There's a bit of honey in here, a bit of capped honey, and you can see a beautiful color here. There's a hive beetle there, and I'll try to get him too. Not that easy when they're hiding. got in. So there's not much honey in here, nothing to extract. There's maybe still some further down. I can see through that gap now into the bigger box, and there could be some down there. I'll put this frame away and just see if I can find some honey. Oh, it's coming in here. It's not capped, but there's a lot of nice honey here and more beetles. But this is not bad. Sometimes, as we will see in other hives, we'll get lots of beetles. So this is coming in the honey, and if we hadn't had a swarm, I would say this probably would have been totally full. But there's still plenty of bees in here. We'll put the frames back the way we found them. Remember, as we have to keep the smoker going in case we need it. And we put these frames in and space them evenly. That's pretty good. Now we're putting 2 traps back. These are the AJ beetle traps. It's a container which I put some diatomaceous earth in. Other people put oil in. I don't like the oil, I find it a bit messy. And then it has like a railway grid on top. The gaps are big enough for the beetle to get in, but too small for the bees to get in. And the beetles are then being chased by the bees into this diatomaceous earth, and once they're covered, they'll die. So when we see now here all this, the bees congregating, we'll see also how they jump up. Indications they're getting a little bit cranky. We had a very windy day yesterday, and just a bit of smoke. And we'll put another trap in here. Just make sure that they fall in nice and flat. The gap again. And these are the gaps where the bees will chase them in, the beetles, and then the beetles will fall into the trap. They have to be changed quite regularly. In this case here, this hive here is good, but some of the bees tend to clog up the entrances with propolis, and of course then the bees can't chase them down anymore. I know that this hive has been very active because of the pure white wax on there, and if we'd taken the honey off yesterday, we would have had probably 10 kilograms of honey off here, but we couldn't. So we'll close it up again. Try to disturb the bees as little as possible. Put the inner lid on and put the outer lid on and put the straps again. It's simply for peace of mind during really strong winds or cyclonic weather. So that's done for this one. Open the lid. Now you can't stand in front of the hives, you're going to get stung because you block their flight path. So again, we're ready taking this inner lid off, and we just have a look for the beetles. Luckily there's very few beetles around. I just saw one dashing off, and in here I can't see any beetles actually. Here I know there are beetles around. Here there's one. A dead one. Just a few beetles can potentially do a lot of damage, but we had them now for about 8 years, and this year has been really bad. I'll maybe take that frame out to just show you. There is some wonderful honey capped in there. We're getting blue gum honey at the moment. This is all capped honey, looking beautiful there. And I would like to see on the other side a bit more, but it's not capped, just starting to cap it. And lots of bees, which you like to see. And what worries me at the moment is the weather forecast, maybe an odd storm. They're likely to swarm. I wouldn't be surprised if they had swarmed. And the next frame I take it out as well, just to demonstrate. There's some hive beetle here. Another one here. This is capped honey here. Beautiful, very recently capped honey. We can see it by the near white creamy color. It gets darker when it's been there for a while because the bees seem to wipe their feet on it. So by walking on it, it gets darker. A few hive beetles there, but difficult to squash in there. So we put this back. Nothing on this side because it's against the wall, and obviously they're not pressured for space at the moment. So I put this back. I number my frames. So number 4, it goes with the number 4 hive, and I make sure that I always put the same frames back into the same hive, simply to try to minimize spreading any possible disease from one hive to another one. Careful to not to kill any bees. It's worthwhile to take a bit of time and put them down. The AJ beetle traps have been pretty successful for me. So new things come on the market, but I tend to stick with what works for me. Never forget to keep the smoker going. And there's no beetles on here in hiding. So I'm happy to see relatively few beetles. It was different just a few weeks ago. But no doubt they will come back when it gets more humid and warmer. So important to keep an eye on the small hive beetle. Not difficult, but it has to be done every few weeks. Otherwise, before we know it, the numbers build up much too fast. Here is again the record: 17, 8, 6, 4, 8, none, 23rd, 7th, 8 frames. That's about the maximum I would take out. 3rd of May, 8, 23rd of March, 8, 8th of March, 8 frames. The ticks just is symbolic for me, meaning as the hive is doing exceptionally well, and it showed then later on by obviously harvesting lots of honey, having a big build-up of brood. And then it goes back. We had a very, very wet start to the year, flooding and all, so not much happened here, and it swarmed on the 18th of October last year.